Welcome back to Explosive Truth. We're super close to 1K. Please smash that subscribe button today and help us get there.
So it sounds like pretty much all day.
Yeah, sorry, Thursday. Yep. Then you shoot scenes that aren't audience friendly. Meaning, if you got what they call wing sets, like someone's bedroom or a set they built that week, like a cafe or a schoolroom or something, where the audience wouldn't be able to see it front and center, right?
Yep.
And you get those out of the way on Thursday, and then you go home and learn the scenes that are left over, like the 5 or 6 or sometimes 7 or 8 that you're going to put up in front of an audience. You also want to keep an audience fresh and not like put them through 4 or 5 hours of all the retakes and all the stick, because
it was a live audience.
Yeah.
Oh, so those weren't laugh tracks back then. Whoa.
No, yeah. That's why it felt like game night. We're playing in front of a crowd.
So sick.
Yeah, man.
Sick.
Yeah, and there's a band playing. There's a warm up guy who's like a hypnotist and a magician, and he's like,
wow,
yeah,
that's really cool.
It's a whole thing.
I don't think they make sitcoms like that anymore. Do they?
I think there's a couple that
still
do.
I wouldn't know. That's cool. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so it had that energy and it had that life and it had just that vibe.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you were basically always working in some aspect on the show.
Yeah, the difference, like if I had done an episodic, like a 1 hour, like a drama, the hours are a lot longer, but there's so many characters and B stories and C stories that you get days off.
Sure.
Yeah, like my dad doing West Wing, he would look at the schedule and just be like, yes. It's like, if he gets a Friday off, that's like sitting on a beach in Hawaii, But yeah, so I would, and he was doing West Wing. They overlapped on the Warner lot, 2.5 and West Wing at the same time. So we'd see each other. I'd go over to the Oval at lunch.
So awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you do all these episodes, and then you're starting to burn out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And
well, it's sorry to cut you off.
No,
it started to turn into, and this isn't on them. This is on me, because this is what I agreed to. This is like, you got to go back to that first handshake, like, yeah, all right, I'm in. And it starts to turn into, it feels like the same 4 people in the same 5 rooms telling the same 6 jokes, and that's not an insult to the writing. That's not a shot at the writing. It's just, as an actor, it's, if you're making a movie, that's never the case. If it's like a police procedural, sure, you'd have a similar redundancy in material, but it started to feel like it was that I had to stay excited about, what it just needed to stay.
I think what you're saying is it started to feel like work.
Yeah.
Did it start to feel like work? Because as an actor, you have this creative expression that feels like it was being stifled by the repetitiveness of the.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't challenging.
Yeah.
It wasn't challenging. And that's when I got lazy, and that's when I needed, I guess, to just make it more difficult, Let me make it more difficult.
That actually makes sense. It's part of the reason I like to drink, because because when I'm drunk, it's like, like I got to keep it together.
Right.
And now I'm challenged.
I get it. Yeah, man.
Sometimes it can be difficult, but I always end up keeping it together.
What is your drink of choice?
I like vodka.
Okay.
I like vodka.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of like a bit. I feel like it's a bit of a polarizing statement these days.
Why is that?
Tequila's big.
Tequila's in. I say I like vodka. People are like, you like vodka, like gasoline, but I don't know. I find it the cleanest. My hangovers are the least heavy with vodka.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, in a prime rapid rehydration stick before I go to sleep, or in the morning.
Okay.
It is a good point though. Like I was thinking about flying in for that Dana episode yesterday. It was like I was out until probably, because I'll still go out all the time and hang out with girls and all that shit. And I was on this 120 floors up at this place in New York City called The Edge.
Okay.
What? No, I just mean like bullshit. I still go out and do bullshit.
Yeah, hang out with girls.
Well, just fuck around, be
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was at this big thing up called The Edge. It's like this like outdoor party. It's like 140 floors up or 120 floors up or whatever.
It's sick. It hangs. It's like a
It's so
triangle.
sick.
It hangs
Seriously?
off the edge
It's
of the
so
building.
sick.
It's incredible.
How high
I'll show
are
you.
how high are the railings?
They're glass windows.
Okay.
So the entire Manhattan
Okay.
landscape is below you.
Okay.
And you can go up these stairs and you're looking down at this DJ set.
Okay.
Where he's DJing for a sea of people, and the only backdrop is the Freedom Tower on the
Wow.
outside.
That's insane.
It's one of
Wow.
the sickest things ever.
Wow.
And so I was there thinking to myself, like, okay, as long as I get home by 2, I can sleep till 6.
Okay.
And I can make this flight to land and go straight to interview Dana White at the UFC Apex.
Oh, okay.
And then 2 came around, and I was like, okay, if I could go 3, if I could make it at 3, and then, start talking to this person, that person, I'm like, all right, 4's the dead
Yeah,
cutoff.
4. Yeah.
So then I'll
yeah.
get back to the hotel, and I'm like, shit, I have enough time only to shower and pack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck, this isn't good. And then I roll up, and it's like, to his point, how do you make this more difficult? Like,
Right,
we got to
right,
ask
right.
some really heavy-hitting,
Right.
political-leaning, assassination-related questions
Oh,
to Dana
shit.
White today,
Wow.
which ties into you being on Rogan.
Right,
finding
yeah.
out, and we talked about a lot of that stuff, but how do you make it more difficult? But you kind of had the opposite, because head of CBS came to you and said, we don't want you to leave so bad. We'll give you $2 million an episode.
Yeah.
And what year was this?
This was it would have been 08.
So what is that
I
now?
think
What's the,
no, 09?
What is that?
6-7 million
09.
inflation. $6-7 million.
So you can imagine.
No, it's probably around 3. That's a lot. $2 million an episode is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Yeah.
You had to be pretty excited about that.
Oh, I was, yes. Yes. Super grateful, like cool. It felt like a lotto win,
Yeah.
But it didn't, I knew it was still going to come at the same cost of what wasn't going to be different.
Yeah.
Because it didn't change 4 people, 5 rooms, 6 jokes, And see, people are going to see this and hear this and be like, oh, fucking dare you talk about our... No, it's not about that. It's not about you. It's about me. Accept that. So even like, they give you a ton of dough, you read the script, you're like, it'll get better on location, right? And it didn't. And then you see it and you have the money and you're thinking, how can I buy this off the screen with the money they gave me? And you can't, can't. But I had those lessons early on doing schlocky stuff for a big bag of cash. And then like, there it is. It's stuck there. And, for all to sneer and leer and
But this was different though, because the ratings were still through
oh
the,
yeah,
through the
no,
roof.
we were cooking with gas, people say cooking with grease, and I don't think that's right. I don't
Cooking
think
with
that's,
gas.
Cooking with gas, it makes more sense.
Me and my wife say it all the time.
Okay.
Cooking with gas.
Now I heard a debate on the radio one day. I was stuck in traffic for like 2 hours, and these guys went back and forth. And he said the original thing was about barbecuing, and I was finally it's cooking with gas.
Yeah, cooking with gas, fine.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
So we're just leaving it there.
I really relate to the burnout thing you're describing.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
as a YouTube creator, by the way, all creators on YouTube will experience burnout at
I'm
some
sure.
point unless you're Mr. Beast.
Right.
But it's totally a real thing. And
Okay.
so even if you are making $2 million an episode, the craft is still the thing. And
Yeah.
eventually, no matter how you cut it, it's still not fueling you or like feeding you
Right.
in a way that you probably need.
Because we all start with a pilot light when we engage with something, right? And when that turns into a blowtorch, that's where we find the passion, right? And so mine was going back to just the flicker of a near empty Bic.
Yeah.
And it's so,
Right. Yeah.
and it's got to be so hard too, with everybody like telling you the opposite, and everything everybody's saying and doing is contradictory. Like the ratings are in and they're so good and you're going to make all this money and you just don't.
Yeah, but again, should have just gone back to the original conversation. Here's what you've agreed. Here's what we're expecting from you. And then the guy builds this incredible world for me, and where all this success is emanates from. It's like this. It changed my life, and then that for some reason didn't. I couldn't just decided that I needed to burn it down.
Yeah.
Needed to fucking burn it down.
So-
And just like, what the hell,
So then the world kind of started to like notice.
But there was that other thing. Did you guys see Rogan?
Yeah.
Bit piece clips.
Okay.
Clips.
So you see the thing where I kept forgetting that one thing?
Yes, I did see.
So embarrassing.
I did see that part.
Can you imagine, like, you're finally in front of Joe. You're like, hey, man, I got this really cool thing. Yeah, fuck. It'll come back to me. And then he's like talking about something. I'm like, hey, man, it came back. He's like, okay, go for it. I'm like, that left
It's
again.
gone.
No.
Do you know what a panic that was? That was so embarrassing. I felt so just fucking lost. I felt lost. And I started sweating, and it was it was awful.
Did you ever find the thing?
Well, he's into something, and I'm paying attention, and it does come back to me. So I pick up a pen, and I start writing something down, and he says, "Are you writing down that thing?" And I'm like, "You betcha."
Great.
I'm not going 0 for 3, man.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Jesus. So that thing was that I told my manager on the phone from rehab. If I go back for seasons 8 and 9, it's going to go horribly wrong. I said those words, He's like, why are you just feeling differently? You're in rehab. Yeah, you get out. It'll be great. Trust me, kid. It'll be great. Yeah. So anyway, that was the thing.
Yeah.
And it's cool because then I'll never forget that little detail.
Ever.
I had to go
Scarred.
through that. Yeah, totally scarred.
How was it being on Rogan?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Yeah. What's that thing they say? There's 3 speeches you give. There's like the speech in the car, the speech at the event, and the speech on the way home, you know? So there was no speech on the way home with Rogan other than being really hard on myself for, being a clear candidate for ginkgo biloba, right?
Yeah.
The memory
enhancer,
but
Well,
no.
if that's your only mess up, though, that's pretty.
Yeah, okay. Because then we got into some shit towards the end, and it was a nice rhythm and a great energy, great sense of humor. That dude, he dials right in on you, and I just felt totally connected. Great laughs with him.
He's truly incredible.
So
he's
we're-
amazing.
So we're into this thing, right? And I got to go to the bathroom really bad. And so I said, hey, man, can we take a break? He's like, yeah, we're close to wrapping up. I said, what if we do that? And then we just come back for a couple of minutes, And his producer pauses. And then he says to Joe, he says, don't check your phone. And Joe's like, fuck that. What's going on? And he says, they're breaking news and it's everywhere. He says, tell me what happened. He says, Charlie Kirk's been shot. He's clinging to life. So we're trying to process that because it's just suddenly everything's different suddenly, right? From 1 second to the next.
Yep.
And so we go out into the lobby and one of his security guards says he just died. So we make it to the bathroom, and in the bathroom says Joe says we need to go back on the air and talk about this. And I said, yes, we do. And so we did. And yeah, that's
insane.
Yeah, so it was happening while, it's just, it was just awful. It's just awful.
No,
it's just,
There's really no other way to describe it besides
it's awful.
that. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible.
And it's just, I don't remember what I said to Joe, something about, if this is where we wound up, this can't be where we stay.
That's true.
What words can we all attach to this that make it feel better for us or his family or just the moment? They haven't been written, have they?
No.
I mean, through faith and all that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it helps, but it's like a bit of a...
But no,
Feels
it's that was just. I mean, how were you guys feeling like right afterwards?
Extremely heavy. I did about an hour of. He's maybe a little bit closer to our industry than the one that you're in, and we had played in similar circles and done shows with people we know, and I probably had interactions with him over the years. We weren't close with him, but I seeing something like that happen to someone don't know in the same space, it was just felt very heavy. It felt like I was wearing something.
Yes.
And so I did about an hour of talked to Bradley Martin and text George Janko, who was close to them, and gave my condolences to George and messaged a bunch of other people about it just to kind of commiserate on the topic.
Yeah.
And then I just said, hey, I'm turning my phone off, and I went to sleep. I went to sleep for like 2 hours because it just felt so fucking heavy.
Heavy
Yeah.
is the word.
Yeah.
Heavy. It's the senseless tragedy. Is just so awful. Like you're right, the words haven't been written yet.
Yeah.
Like Charlie's my age. He's 31.
You're 31.
I'm 30.
Oh,
yeah, but
damn.
you know,
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
Father of 2.
I know.
A guy who like I always respected. I didn't agree with everything he said, but I always respected he would always put himself out there and open the conversation up.
I did too.
Especially in rooms where he was the minority.
Oh, yeah.
In that like his views were the different ones, and he welcomed everyone. Like I really respected that.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And man, I would watch him sometimes, this really articulate young man, and have this feeling that he could be president one day.
A lot of people did.
I felt like he could have been
did.
the president of the United States one day. Because again, he's so young. He has a lot of time to refine his beliefs and like build his platform. And he was on the political route. And so when it happened, I also had this sense of like, holy shit, the course of American history may have just been changed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like that too felt like the butterfly effect on
seismic.
This could it be potentially seismic, like altering the course of American history?
Easily, and it's not a dramatic consideration.
I don't
no,
because even if
it's
he's not
at all.
president, and he's going to keep doing what he's doing, and who knows who he inspires, or if his beliefs change because he talks to someone, like the conversation yields results. Like
he didn't belittle anyone, he didn't demean anyone, he didn't embarrass anyone, he didn't go there to like be a smarty pants and make you look stupid. He was just like, hey man, okay, here's what I've prepared. Yeah. Here's what I know. Here's what I believe. Yeah. Tell me. Give me your side of it. Yeah.
You know what he did when you watch back his clips now, you see it. He was an incredible reciprocator of energy. When you watch someone approach him, I've now watched all of his clips through this vein. When you watched someone approach him that was somewhat timid, not absolute in their beliefs, was open to this malleability of the conversation.
Right.
He approached them softly.
Yeah, he did.
Kindly. Had conversations with them that where he would tell the audience not to boo or belittle them. I'm having a conversation. Please be respectful.
Sure.
If they went to the mic and directly started insulting him and being rude to him, he would be much more aggressive in his stance.
Right.
But he was a very good reciprocator of energy. And I mean, listen, like you can disagree with the substance of someone's the substance of someone's opinions and what they say.
Right.
But you couldn't take away from the fact that he just was an incredible orator, an incredible speaker, an incredible debater, and a force in the space. And of course, like you said, there was a number of things that he said that I didn't agree with. But he certainly was a force. And I think you're right. I think it'll be felt for sure.
Yeah. It was like a giant star in the night sky. It just went dark, It's like, damn.
It's always like
life is just like seems unfair at times, like inexplicably unfair.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, because
like two daughters now just don't have.
I know, and I got 5 kids and 3 granddaughters, and that was one of my first thoughts was fatherless children. Husbandless wife. It was just like,
I guess like the end of it all is just like like as opposed to like assigning a word to it, it's just like, what can we learn?
Yeah.
It's always what can we learn?
Right. Yeah. On both sides.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because all of the hardship of life, those are always the biggest lessons.
Sure.
Always. Everything that that's gone wrong in my life has been the teacher of everything that I am. Everything I am is because of what I've been through. Probably the same as you, the same as Logan.
Sure.
And it's like, what can we learn? And especially like what things can we all agree on? Can we all agree that we need to get and I talked to Dana White about this when we did the show yesterday. Can we all agree that we need to get a little bit more serious around the idea of safety on school campuses as an objective safety metric?
I just feel like all the venues that we worship and celebrate, you gotta get, it's like a strip search to watch any of the 4 sports acronyms, right?
Of course.
But everything else, like where our most precious, our future, our children are left.
You could just walk. You could just
unprotected.
walk in. I mean, at the same time.
But think about all the returning servicemen and women, right? Who are coming home with a skill set that probably cost $1 million, just probably or more
to train
if you're going into special forces and deeper into it. But these guys are coming home, and how many jobs could be available? You know what I'm saying? And you got a guy that is trained in like the gnarliest scenarios possible.
That's interesting,
right? We've built that, and that's awesome. And they come home and a lot of times fall into all the other
mental illness, drugs, unemployment.
There's a kind of a rudderless return to society, right? And I just feel like there's a real opportunity. You can't have a guy with a gun that close to kids. No, that's who I want when my kids are there. I want a trained guy with a gun. Is that insane?
No.
Is that like asking?
But these are the simple objective conversations that are being skipped. Like, for example, like before you even get to that guy, where's the deterrence around the perimeter of the building? Why are people even getting that close to the school with an AR-15?
Right. Yeah.
Why? Like, dude, we live in a gated community. Then when you get through the gated community, you got to get over the fence. Then you got to get through the door. Why are schools wide open?
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this segment of Explosive Truth. Please don't go without smashing that subscribe button.